my camera just fell, and that was one take of the video wasted. I wanted to talk a little bit about the video today because it's a special one to me. The idea for this combination of themes, the Pirates of the Caribbean plus Skyrim theme, started in 2015. When I was leaving England, I was talking to my friend Luke about it, and I said these two themes can work together, they could blend. And he was like, wow, that's such a cool idea, you should definitely do it. He was super encouraging. And then I did. I actually made the whole track in 2015, not all the way through, but about 75% finished. And then I moved country, and it just got stuck. It got stuck because I think what it was more was that there was just a perfectionism there. I wanted to get it right. These are two composers that I absolutely adore, Hans Zimmer and Jeremy Soule. Their work is very influential to me, even though I might not quite have their styles. I just love everything they do. So there was a lot of perfectionism around that. Secondly, life got in the way. I moved country, had a busy job there. In general, my YouTube channel lulled completely because I was concerned about the wrong things. I wasn't concerned about the few real fans that I had listening. I was concerned about views and metrics, and that's really not what it's about. So I lost sight of what it was really about. And then last year, when I came out with my album and started to try to go back into music with a better mental health attitude about it, I went back to the tracks and realized that they were completely useless to me for several reasons. Number one, the instrumentation was on instruments that just didn't sound that good compared to what I have now. There's obviously been great leaps and jumps for VSTs as well in sound. Sound libraries are bigger and better. And secondly, it just sounded wrong. I think I did something wrong in the original composition that made it not work. So I had to redo the thing from scratch starting last year. And I did. I redid the whole thing while trying to produce other songs and stuff in between. So that's why it took a long time. And then even then, I felt the perfectionism nagging at me. This is not good enough. People won't like your the way you do this. People will criticize it, that kind of mentality, which I think I don't have as strongly if it's an original piece because I feel like it's new to people's ears. But for this, people know the themes, so it's not a cover that I've ever really done. It's not like a pop song. To get back into it, I eventually knew I needed a good orchestration thing. Now, last year, I was just kind of getting into exploring all these different orchestral type of libraries, and I stumbled upon the Spitfire BBC Discover, which is free if you sign up with them and wait a little while. And it was amazing. It's a whole orchestra for free. I mean, obviously, there are ones that you can pay for, and it's even better, right? But it's a really neat thing. So if you're interested in learning orchestral stuff, or just a specific sound from the orchestra, check it out. It's really fantastic. So thanks to Spitfire for coming out with that. And that led me down a whole path of going into piano book and all this other stuff and all these side rabbit trails. And then came the video. So I'd finished the orchestration and I was pretty happy with it. I was like, okay, cool, I made it. Now I have to make this video. Now there's over 45 vocal tracks. There's more than 25 different instrumentation pieces. And I was like, I can't show that in 70 tiny little screens. No one's going to see what's going on. So that was another roadblock for me. How was I going to do this? I started recording, and I thought, okay, I'm going to focus on the vocals. People find faces more interesting on YouTube, so let me focus on that. And then I ran into the issue, like, how seriously do I take this? The song is quite epic and serious sounding, but my natural disposition is to be fun and geek humor and just, not super serious. I don't like taking everything too seriously. I like serious stuff in my music and my art, but I don't know. So, and as I started recording, I realized, like, I was trying to be serious about some of these parts, but I'm wearing a fake horned hat and I'm wearing ridiculous costumes. So, after 3 takes of different things, I realized I'm just gonna go for the geek humor that is me. And in that way, my patrons have been really essential on Patreon. They have stepped forward and said, we want to support your work, whatever it is, because we like what you're doing. And that, for me, is a huge confidence booster in the sense that it really brings me to the point where I feel that people are excited, even if it has geek humor. So they're excited in all sides of the production that I'm giving, not just, as it was for me before, like trying to do cover songs that were popular or whatever, let me find a different way to say the same thing. So for me, my patrons really played an important role in releasing this song specifically, because for the first time, having these people on Patreon who backed me in what I'm doing made me feel like, okay, I can go with the geek humor. I can make it funny even though the song is pretty epic and serious. I can really just go for it. So I'd like to say a special thank you to the people supporting me on Patreon. It means a lot to me that you are taking the time and the money to say, hey, I support this. This is cool. I will be releasing a version of the video without me talking at the end and without all my little faces on it as well, for people who just want to listen to it in the background or put it in a playlist or something. I appreciate that too. But I wanted to give it its full, Gershom dekoningtan potential in the video that I made. With all that said, this 7-year journey, even though it wasn't literally 7 years, it kind of stopped and started, has been interesting. It's been very wonderful to learn through this about myself, about my artistry, and through this piece. And if you would like to support me on Patreon, I will put a link below so you can see more of my work and support it as it comes out. Thank you so much for your time. I hope you enjoyed the video as much as I enjoyed making it. And let's be honest, wearing a fake horned hat is a lot of fun. Peace.